Hello everyone, welcome back to the Palm City series. Today we will be going over a third part to this series, just for Palm City episode 7. Very excited to show you guys what I made. Um, Obviously I'm going to turn around. Things look different. Probably right off the rip, things look a lot more full. We've already seen this stuff past episodes, episode 2. Not episode 2, but the second part. So you have all these right here. Kind of give better description. On this episode, it's just going to be me going around and showing you things I've built. And then the next episode, which will be part 4, will be the last part to episode 7. That will go into the houses, which I have been working on in the background to this update. I just have a few things to show. Just with this update in general. If you remember the beginning of the series, we had similar context right here. We had similar material. As far as Palm City went, this is as far as it went out. By this road over, that's all that was here. But now I've expanded it way more. I want to get into that now. So the first thing that's probably changed is a few buildings, like the cinema, for example. There's going to be a movie theater, and don't worry, I will show all interiors at a later date. I'm still working on them, but I will include it in episode 9, which will be a quality of life update. So I will revamp, like the sidewalks, and make them look less shallow, and add palm trees to them, and just kind of apply everything to these roads moving forward. And you're going to see everything's going to get cleaned up just a little bit more. And there will be more content, of course, more roads, more stuff. And then episode 8 will be, episode 8 will just be like the barn, and it'll be more farm fields and more misc stuff compared to this. But this will definitely be the biggest episode as a whole. Anyways, this is a cinema. Very straightforward. Nothing too much to that. As you can see, this is a new thing right here. This wasn't here last time. This is Pixel Art Gardens. I'm still working on it, so it is still in a really early state. It's Pixel Art Gardens. So, added like a little pixel art sign to it. That might change at a later date. Added some trees. A bunch of them different mob heads. Just made some pixel art out of that. Of course, you have me. You have my profile picture right there. Very cool. You have different Minecraft themed pixel art. And yeah, there's trees right now. There will be gates and other things too. You got a Pokeball. You got Mario. You can't make a pixel art without Mario. So yeah, like I said, quality of life update. You'll see more to this, and I'll just work out more on it in the background, so you won't have to worry about that. And then we get into the new stuff, which is this is our bar. There will be a sign on it. Quality of life update as well. Looks pretty cool, just like a little local tavern. You got the shoe store, kind of resembling a hiatus, which I think is pretty cool. Ice cream shop, looks pretty cool. Like the little color scheme. Toy store, there will be toys in there. Very cartoony type. You got the tech store, so your average computer, toy, whatever kind of store. Nothing too crazy there. And then we have more stuff to look at. As I said a couple episodes ago, garage here, post office, and bookstore, which I've showed in past episodes. This is another very big building. I am still working on it. This is a very early state of it. This is the hospital. Of course, you can't have a city without a hospital. Just in case people get hurt. It happens. So we have a hospital right here. Very nice. Love it. I love the design on it. I'll show more of that in episode 9 or at a later episode. This is our local furniture store. Was going to make IKEA. Very tempted to, but not this time around. I'm going to hold off just for a little bit. Big office building. Pretty cool. Pretty hollow right now. As of right now, of course. Then you have the mechanic shop right here. Bring in your cars, pay crazy fees to get your cars fixed. That's as realistic as mechanic shops get. You got your main area in there. Then you got the other area. This is the lavatory. I can't wait to do the interior on this one. This one will have some lore behind it, which will be shown off at later dates. So that's as much as that. That parking lot is joint to this one, which this is another really big office building, which actually is going to be a bank. A very centralized bank in the city. I know we had another bank over there, but this is going to be a main, like, corporate level bank. And then on this side, we have just a conveyor plant, just like an engineering type facility. Just so it's like a packaging facility. You pack stuff up. There'll be conveyor belts and whatnot in there, which is pretty cool to look at. And then we have the police station, which I was very excited to make. This is my own original design. Just you got your front lot right here, just so you can go in. You got the impounded vehicles right here. This is where the cop cars will go in to the garage. And then you have a huge interior to work with. This will be the big boss building right in here. So that'll be like where people go. That'll be like the chief office. You got your giant helipad, which I think it looks cool. Got the back of the building, which is also pretty cool. Then we have a few more buildings on this part. This will be our weather meteorology station. I really can't wait to make that one too. There'll be more outside designs to that as well. Probably add like a little sun design motif on it. And then yeah, these are just the backs of them. This is like a little alleyway I've designed. I think it's pretty cool. You can read these signs if you want. Little shrine right there. This will be like a little sitting area. I still gotta build the seating for that. And then we get into this area, which I'm still working on. There'll be a parking garage right here. A different design, not the same kind of design. And there will be different stuff. I will show that next episode. This will be completed next episode. You will be able to see this. I would say the next part, technically. But you'll see that next week. I will have designs finished by then. But I did add some other things this episode to kind of counter that. And for the first time in forever, we do have a metro station being added. Metro station being added. I still haven't built the metro because I'm saving that for episode 10. Episode 10 will have an airport, and it will also have the metro. So that'll be a heavy travel update. And if you know, if you have these add-ons, all credit goes to the add-ons where you can craft the houses and craft stuff like that. The only reason I added these ones is because I was going to add my own design to it, but I figured I paid for these. It makes sense to add them to my world. This was going to be heavy content based right here, and I really just wanted to put them in, not think too much of it. They do have their own interiors. It's kind of the same on each floor if you follow the different updates and whatnot. You know, just a basic design, nothing too crazy. And that's like that on each building. So that leads into an entrance right here, which this is like the courtyard park area. This is where you can have a picnic, you can look around at the fountain, throw some coins in there. And then you have like a little pool area, which is also fenced off, which I think is pretty cool. And all these little condos and apartments link up with this little area in there. This area will be dealt with at a later date. I'm not messing with this right now, as this is the end of this update for this world. And as far as this goes, that should clean up the rest of that. I'll show that from a top view as well, just so we can see all of it. So yeah, I really like this area. Definitely one of my favorites. Looks really good. Very happy with how it turned out. We also have like a little sitting area in the front over here. Same thing on this side. And then if we follow the path down here, we also have a few more things to look at. This is going to be a very cool building. This is just going to be like a general store. It's going to be more of like a yeah, it's going to be a store. I forgot the name of it off the top of my head, but it'll be a store right there, which will look really good. I like the design on that one. This will be a presentation area, so this is going to be like more of a boardroom. You're going to have a little presentation, like projector for the wall right there, and then the rest is kind of hidden in here as well. You'll have seating and whatnot. Or for the police station that's nearby, which is right there. Yeah, that is this update. Not much else to look at. Just got another metro station area right here. But there's not much else to look at. That will be cleaned up later date. But this is Palm City, episode 3 for the 7th episode. I've done all of this within this update. I really like how everything turned out. Turned out really well. I can't wait to further expand those areas over there and work with it more. School will come at a later update. It wasn't planned for episode 7, so I'm not going to edit this episode. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions on what you want me to add to the world, please let me know in the comments. I am more than happy to add whatever you guys want me to build. I'm kind of going off of my old ideas and ideas that I want to do. So if you guys ever want to suggest something, please let me know. I'm always open for it. And the last thing I've added for this episode, not to spoil anything for the next one, is I updated the lighthouse. Yep, the lighthouse is finally here. Craftable house add-on as well. Very cool when I can add these structures to it, but yep, we got a new lighthouse installed right here. I like how it looks. It has an interior now. It's pretty boring to look at from the inside though. As we further down here, we did add, you might notice off the bat, ta-da! We do have suburban houses now right here, which is pretty cool. As these were green for so long and finally got to implement them this episode. That is it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to show you what we have next episode. The next part will wrap up this 4-part episode, and moving forward there won't be any fancy parts. I just feel like, as you probably see by video length right now, it's extremely long. Next episode will be shorter. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to join the Discord server for my channel, it'll be linked in the description like usual. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Palm City, episode 7, part 4. See you guys later.